So I own a Ahmani's cookie company in Bermuda. I ship worldwide to 44 countries so far, 149 flavors. I make cupcakes, cakes, cheesecakes, and brownies. 18 vendor locations. My cookies on an airline called Bermuda. They fly to 8 destinations, soon to be 11, and I'm baking with autism.
Wow. Amani, you are you were amazing when I first met you, and you are still amazing times, like, I don't know, a million. You said 149 flavors.
Yes, I sure did.
149 flavors for your cookies. So you have cookies, cupcakes, what else? Cheesecake.
Brownies, too.
Wow. Okay, so some of you have been under a rock. You have to go to Ahmani's website, which is Ahmani's with an S, Ahmanis, cookiecompany.com. The great thing about obviously his website, you can shop right now, you can purchase, you can buy online, and he's going to show you everything, or the website's going to show you everything from decadent chocolate chip cookies to, see, I'm a chocolate lover, like, and I'm a simple chocolate lover. But anyway, he has decadent chocolate chip cookies, he has sugar cookies, he has Butterfinger cookies, Snickerdoodle cookies. I mean, you name it, 149 flavors.
In front of City Hall.
Really? Okay, so you're going to be at the front of City Hall, free tasting, free taste. Let's start again. Free taste testing today at City Hall. What time?
11:30 to 2:30 p.m. today.
All right. How many flavors will the listening audience and people that work in Hamilton be able to taste?
It's 12, Chef.
12 different flavors.
Tell her what is flavor 149, because that is unique, and people, it's not a whole lot of them, but they have to be early. What was that flavor 149?
It's called Look What Delights.
Really? And what makes this 149 so special?
You know, you seen Look What's around the area in Bermuda?
Yeah.
They're well known around here, so we decided to experiment with Look What Jam, and we put it inside the cookie, and people are loving them.
Really? Okay, so those that did not know, today is February the 19th. Ahmani's Cookie Company has been in existence for 6 years today. So they're doing a free taste testing at City Hall today, starting at 11:30. So first come, first serve.
Well, the way it's going to work is
Okay.
the answer is yes.
Yes.
The however piece would just be, we tell people it's not lunch,
Correct.
but at the same time too, just the opportunity to experience to say thank you to Bermuda. We know with Amani's journey on the autism spectrum, because that is. His life is a testament to what is possible. Chef, what is our motto?
Find a way is the motto.
Yeah, so our motto in life is to find a way. And there are people who would be aware that Ahmani was nonverbal to the age of 4. And with autism being the world's #1 pediatric concern, one of the things that we really want to do, Chef, is to what? What do you really want to do with this to tell the world about autism?
It could be amazing.
Yes. I agree.
Absolutely.
I mean, those that don't know Amani's story, Mr. Pete's, I still call him Mr. Pete's because Mr. Pete's was one of my school teachers from back in the day.
Yes,
so it's Mr. Pete's to me.
Yes,
but Mr. Pete's, those that haven't heard Amani's story, how can you shorten it for our listening audience to give us an overview of how Ahmani's Cookie Company came into existence?
Well, briefly and as succinctly as possible, Ahmani was diagnosed on the autism spectrum in 2004, and as shared, autism is the world's #1 pediatric concern. Our neighbors in the United States of America, 75 million are on autism spectrum. In our country, right now, we have, like, in the world, 1 in 28 is on the diagnostic scale for autism spectrum. So as a result of, we had to leave off island to get Ahmani diagnosed, because in 2004 the diagnostic team was not in place for Bermuda. Now it is. It's still a whole lot of concerns. 20 years later, we find that families are still struggling with getting services and access to a variety of things, but we as we said, find a way. So we wanted Ahmani to talk. So what did we do? Very simply, we talked to him. Myself, I'm a retired out school counselor. So therapy was a part of who I was in my life, in reference to, looking at how could we best serve young people? How could we best reach them? And so on this journey, I knew that as he was developing through school, Ahmani, what are the schools that you attended?
Victor Scott Primary, then Elliott Primary, then Winnie Institute Middle School, then BI, Bermuda Institute.
So all along that particular journey, one major thing that families will have as in this journey is to look for necessary accommodations and modifications to actually help them successful. The reality in life is we are all unique in our own given way, and there's just it's just so much to actually say. So, Ahmani right now, he's the only autistic entrepreneur in Bermuda. Also, in the entire planet, there are only 3 black autistic entrepreneurs in the world who are
Wow.
global, and Ahmani is the youngest. Ahmani, please share with the audience, where will you be in September as a major honor and a major thing that you've accomplished?
At this place called International Baking Industry Expo at Las Vegas
Wow.
to be a speaker and a vendor.
Really?
Yep.
That is amazing. I mean, I know that you're proud of yourself, Amani, but are you, like, do you look in the mirror and say, wow, I am doing it?
Yes, I'm doing great things.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but Bermuda is so proud of you. And we're not just proud of you, but we're also proud of your mom and dad. And I don't have any children, but what your mom and dad did, many people are unable to do, in the sense that some people might not have the necessary funds. They might get tired. Your mom and dad didn't give up. They were determined to, figure out how they could best help you with autism.
Yeah, and that's important. One of the things that it can be a very, very lonely journey, and we share with the world that it is a spectrum. So there are people who definitely have young people. The presentation is very, very intense. And on Diagnostic Day, we were in Birmingham, Alabama. Ahmani is a U.S. citizen as well. We sat in that room, and we knew that Ahmani was developing in not in a typical fashion. Ahmani, do you share with the world that you are disabled? Do you tell people that?
No, I have a different ability.
Yeah, so we have a different ability, and we want people to honor that, to honor the fact that we can do life in a different manner. But as I looked around that room, I was like, okay. I saw kids who were 21, and there were certain things. I just looked at my wife and said, you know what? We're going to find a way. We're going to go get him. And this is a testament to hard work, to dedication. My wife and I we're rare in the autism community. And why do we say we're rare? 90% of the marriages and the relationships, they part ways because the intensity of what this brings, you live, breathe, your soul gets put into this, and every single day, Ahmani, we do TikTok lives, right? And why did you decide that you want to do TikTok lives?
Where autistic people can be amazing.
And we are reaching people. Like just yesterday on the live, we had a young lady. Remember Gabby, Ahmani? And what is Gabby?
She's starting to be a teacher in university.
And when was she diagnosed with autism?
Around 24.
So during her trajectory of life, there are very, very, and I tell people, you can choose to ignore certain things. However, there's the reality that when your child is developing, there are certain things that they're doing. So I want to speak to all of the preschool teachers out there, everyone that has young people in their life between the ages of 1 to 3. There's a resource that you can utilize. And and sometimes, yes, when we had Ahmani, I was 38 years old, and we were like, had all of these things you would think about as a dad. I got a son, you know what I mean? I play basketball, I do this and that. I'm going to introduce him to all these things. And then however, your little kid is spinning in circles. He's not talking to you. He's not sharing. You have gains, and then you're losing them. And then you're just like, you have to consider, you have to go to that grieving process that says, okay, this is going to be different. And no one knows this work unless you're actually in this work, in reference to like, what do I do? And so with this young lady sharing her story at 24, she said all of the signs were there, but as a girl, like people were just missing it. She indicated that in university right now, her major struggle is with other people. And Ahmani, what do you tell people when they talk to you, especially? What is important?
Say what they mean.
To say exactly what you mean. And our country in Bermuda in particular is littered with people who just communicate in such a way where you're like, what are you actually talking about?
Right.
Just say what you mean. People would say to Ahmani, pick the bones out of that. And he's sitting there like, what are you talking about? What do you wish me to do? And if you say, I need you to go get a cup, Ahmani would like for you to be very specific. Go get the red cup with the name Miss Christie on it. So then he'll get you the cup. The other day, recently, and we tell people his environment works for him because it's his environment. You're not going to come in there and move stuff. Like if I came here tomorrow and moved everything off of your desk, Miss Stan, you'll be like, okay, who's been in there?
Absolutely.
You'll be like, who's been in here and why did they touch my stuff? And then the boss says, well, you know what? This is a more efficient system. This is better for us. And you're like, this doesn't work for me. And a lot of our young people on the autism spectrum, I would say that the A for autism would just be a lot of anxiety because they got to deal with other people. And there are some things that we clearly share with families around the world in reference to things that they can consider. We'll never tell anybody what to do, but his life is a living testament to what is possible. We know that we leave the earth typically before our children. And so Ahmani is well equipped as the CEO of Ahmani's Cookie Company. So daily,
Nice.
people see him in full production. He does his Excel spreadsheet. He does his marketing. And Chef, share with people, what is marketing?
To get people to know, like, and trust you.
So to get people to know, like, and trust you.
Wow.
And as a global entrepreneur, we have the, how long does it take cookies to get to people typically?
2 days.
Typically in 2 days. And so the reality, this is more than cookies. This is showing people that there is the possibility of life to do many, many different things, but you can do things differently. So there are people that would say, you're always like right now, I just actually feel the blood pressure rising as I would be in meetings with people who were in educational realms, and they would say things like this: it is what it is. This is what we feel that is best. And I'm like, you know what? I'm his dad. This is his mom. And this is not happening for Ahmani. And we had to literally abandon humans in our life who were just like, you know what? They were not helping to uplift. They were actually piling on top of us to try to say, you know what, Ahmani, you're not smart enough, or this is not. And we know, like, we recently went and visited his one of his psychologists. What was her name? Dr.
She.
Yeah, and she said to him, and she was working for an organization, and we tell people, a lot of people in business that we've discovered in Bermuda and even around the world, they have this hustle mentality. They are actually afraid to go full flow into their business because, what if it doesn't work? What if this? What if that? And I just know, like, we want to encourage people. And she said to him that his life encouraged her. Now she's in private practice.
Really?
And now being in private practice, all of the things, when you're under another system, you follow all of the rules that are established by them. And it's just like, you know what? Now I have the freedom to be creative. And she said, Ahmani, you inspired me, and as a psychologist, yes, we indicate to people that, if you are bewildered with what it is you can potentially do on the autism spectrum, they are there to share. They did spend a lot of time. However, that psychologist goes home with her children or their children, and you go home with yours.
Exactly.
So we built this gentleman here, and we are so proud of Ahmani Anthony.
And we are proud of Ahmani. To those that are just tuning in, because everyone's sending messages, this thing, what's the website? The website is Ahmani's, Ahmanis, cookiecompany.com. 140 flavors?
149.
149 flavors. So it's cookies, cheesecake, brownies. You can literally pick, choose, and refuse. But today, Ahmani's Cookie Company is celebrating 6 years in business as of today. So today, starting at 11:30, free taste testing at City Hall, and it's open to everyone as a simple thank you to everyone that has supported you, that has been behind you, and you want everyone to come by.
Yes. A major thanks to people who, provide opportunities. We had to come in this room through a door. And I don't like utilizing a lot of analogies because early with Ahmani, it was just like, okay, why are these people talk? What do they want me to do? Put your eye on the ball. Okay, well, I'm going to do that. So there's your door. And if we didn't open the door, we would not be sitting in this studio. Right. And so we want to thank Teddy Tessera, and we want to thank, and he was the first, what was your first vending location, Chef?
East Broadway Rubens.
East Broadway Rubens. And we had a meeting with Teddy, and he said to me, you know what, man, it's really, he says, man, I had nothing to do with this. You guys are awesome. People call me at this, like, you're just awesome. And he said, you know what, he said, hey, man, I don't even know what to say to you. But I said, we got to say thanks. We got to say thanks for people to say, you know what, here is an opportunity. And he's in 4 of his five gas stations. We want to thank Lindo's. We want to thank from east to west, Robertson's. And so when you say thank you, I think it's important because right now the art of saying thank you, it's just interesting.
Yes. I mean, when people, it can be common for many just to say thank you, but when people mean thank you, it's different. So Ahmani's thank you, that is heartfelt. It's coming from his soul. And Ahmani, we are so proud of you. I'm looking at your website. I'm like, how do you remember? Tell us, how do you remember 149 flavors?
Well, a lot of them I do have them memorized by heart. Sometimes I may have to look at my recipes just to double check, just in case.
Okay. Now I have a question. One of my listeners are like, okay, Ahmani, I am having a party. And how do I order cookies in abundance? Like, do we have to call and say we're going to order 3 dozen cookies or 4 dozen?
Yes. Place an order on the website www.ahmaniscookiecompany.com.
Okay, so guys, you can do everything on the website.
Yes.
You can send an email, 149 flavors. Now, Ahmani, tell us about these infamous, I haven't tasted them, but these infamous cheesecakes that you sell and make.
So I do world-class cheesecakes. They go in the store, such as Little Devonshire, and they sell really well in a restaurant called the Red Carpet.
Listen, that's one of my favorite restaurants, Ahmani. So, what are the flavors for your cheesecakes?
Oreo cheesecake, Biscoff, lemon meringue, key lime pie, strawberry, New York style, so much more.
Wow. So guys, okay, so once you go to the website and you click shop, just hit cheesecake, and it shows you the pictures of the lemon meringue cheesecake, New York style cheesecake, carrot cake cheesecake, Oreo cheesecake, pumpkin cheesecake, eggnog, key lime, just to name a few.
If they can think of it, he can create it. Now, one thing we want to share with the audience as well,
Yes.
Ahmani, in your business, what is your next scaling? What are you going to do?
I want to get a cafe, and I also want to hire autistic people who have an interest in baking.
Yes. Now, I remember the last time, our last interview, you said that, and I can see that coming to fruition. It's going to happen.
Well, here is where we were. And right now, we did have one of the vending locations. Right now, it's just on pause where we have a cafe in Hamilton that he had vendored with. And because in the cafe space, the opportunity will exist for him to do flavors of the week. And also the main one. We know how many people came to Bermuda last year as far as tourists concerned. How many people came by boat?
585,000.
How many people flew here?
185,000.
So that's a total of 785,000 people came to Bermuda, and we want them to definitely experience all of the entrepreneurs in the island. But we do know, like when Ahmani does his metrics, he says, Dad, you know, if I have 60,000 customers around the world and I sell them, you know, a bag of cookies for $5, I'm handling millions of dollars.
Yes.
And absolutely. And so we know that, and a lot of what he does also very quietly is his philanthropy.
Yes.
Last year we did philanthropy on a louder scale with Sing for Autism. And we are looking at doing that again because there are families who, you know, some therapeutic services will cost you $85 an hour up to $185 an hour. And when Ahmani was diagnosed, you know, it was 60 hours of therapy. So somebody out there can take 60 times 85 and just 60 hours times $85 an hour and just see whether or not you have that in your pocket. And right now I was working with an organization called BASE. We want to thank Thea for Tomorrow's Voices for reaching into our community and actively engaging families who need that level of support. But it's expensive. My last check, the one insurance agency would provide $10,000 a year for intervention. That could go in a week and a half with a family absolutely needing speech. And so, you know, it's definitely a need. Right now, we see the prevailing model in Bermuda when it comes to educating our young people on the autism spectrum is to have them in special classrooms. I will say that, you know, for myself, very, very actively where Ahmani was, it's a spectrum. Like we find a way.
Yes.
If this is not making any traction, this is what we do. There are some common features of autism. That's why I tell people who work with young people, take a look at the mchat.org.
mchat.org. Okay.
Yes, and there are questions that you answer truthfully, you know, because if this is not happening, then it's not happening. And it could not be happening for a variety of reasons. And so, you know, autism spectrum, it's a whole body experience. You got to scan that brain. You got to take a look at the environment, diet. It's multifaceted. But we know that, you know, we want to show the world that it is possible to not just dream, because you can dream all you want, Miss Christie. You need action. You
Yes,
need action.
absolutely.
Okay, so when people see this beautiful gentleman here, and I tell everybody, he's been my greatest teacher. There's no and the greatest reward I have in life, and I tell people the greatest degree you would ever have is that degree in parenting, where you go all in. And being his dad is just it's amazing, and
It's amazing.
super
Wow.
proud of you, Ahmani.
Ahmani, I just want to, first of all, you know that I am proud of you, and many other people in Bermuda. Everyone is proud of you. I just received a message from BEDC. BEDC is proud of you. So today, guys, if you're just tuning in, because I can keep Ahmani and his dad here all day, 11:30 today on the steps of City Hall.
No, in front. Nellie's Walk, I think you call
I'm
it.
sorry, not on the steps. In front
Yeah.
of City Hall. You're stopping by because they are celebrating. Ahmani is celebrating 6 years in business, and he wants to say thank you to everyone. So you're gonna stop by. He has some. You're gonna taste certain flavors. I think it's about 12.
Yeah, we got 12 flavors.
12
Yes.
flavors, and those that haven't been to the website, go to his website, Ahmani's, which is AHMANIS, cookiecompany.com. You can order online, 149 flavors. This morning I posted, let me tell you, I posted last night on mine. I don't know where my listeners are. They are still asleep. I
Oh, no.
posted last night.
Put
Oh
the
my
lens
God,
first.
can
Put the
someone
lens.
bless me with a cappuccino? Not one of my listeners bought me a cappuccino, but
Sorry
Ahmani,
about
you
that.
walked through the door with espresso chocolate chip cookies. So thank you, because cappuccino has espresso in it.
Yes.
So thank you, but I am proud of you. And guess what? You can write this down. When your cafe opens, I will be one of your first patrons in your store, in your cafe.
We appreciate it. We also want to just thank his sister. His sister's in university.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, people will see a sign that says "Love Cookies." Try them for free.
Okay.
And anywhere if you ever see that sign, Amani's close, and the opportunity for you to taste some wonderful cookies. And we've also met wonderful people, so we appreciate it.
And real quick, Ahmani, someone just asked, do we just send you an email, Ahmani, if we would love to have your cookies in their retail shop?
Oh yeah, send us an email.
Okay. So
Now, the one thing with that, Christy, is this:
Okay.
we do not. Amani has a story to tell.
Okay.
And so when Ahmani, if you've ever been to his display, at the very top of his display is his life story.
Okay.
This
A
is
little
way
bit about
more than
myself.
cookies. Yes.
right.
Yeah. So we have those discussions, and he has a contract that people sign. So we super appreciate you for having us, and we thank Bermuda. We love Bermuda. Any family dealing with autism spectrum, if you're just bewildered, just give us a contact. We will listen first. God put two ears on your side of your head to listen, so we'll listen first. Provide you with things that for you to think about, and we'll be there with you forever. You know,
Forever.
indeed. So we appreciate it.
Well, congratulations again, Ahmani, to your entire team. You know, your mom, your dad, your sister. Everyone is proud of you. We are proud of you. I just continue to grow from strength to strength, and we can't wait for your cafe. But today, you are celebrating 6 years. So everyone go to the website if you're ordering for now or you're ordering later. If you haven't ordered, take a look at all of the 149 flavors and the cheesecake and the brownies on Mahani'sCookieCompany.com. But today at 11:30 in front of City Hall, you're going to stop by. You're going to wish Ahmani and much success, and you're going to sample some cookies. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Ahmani, do you want to shout out? Would you like to shout out to anyone?
Thank you to all who support me.
Thank you. And you know you have to do your little drop for me. So you can say something like, "This is Ahmani, and I love listening to Miss Thang on Power 95."
Power 95, Bermuda's real #1 big station.
Thank you, Ahmani. I look forward to seeing you again. Have a great day, Mr. Pete. Have
All
a
right.
wonderful day.
Everybody take care.
All right. Inside the 9 o'clock hour.